Good evening and welcome to a beautiful Saturday night in Six Nations at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena, where the Orangeville Northmen are set to take on the Six Nation Arrows on their home turf for Game 5. The winner of this one will take a series lead 3-2, as we had a bit of a barn burner the other night back home in Orangeville, where the Orangeville Northmen beat the Six Nation Arrows in a back-and-forth thriller, 15-13. The story of that night was Dylan Sanderson, as he had 12 points on the night, including 7 goals, as the Providence University commit was hot as a pistol. On the other side, Chase Cogan with 5 goals of his own and a total of 8 points. And here we go. Face off, another battle won, as it's been all series, by Six Nations. Six Nations carries over half. Well pressured there by Costigan and Campbell, as Ron goes after it in the far corner. Good pressure there by the Northmen, kills about half of this shot clock early, and Captain Messier will pick it up and try to head north. He's able to gain the line one-handed, as he likes to do, and hands it off to Costigan here on the near side. Costigan, a little bounce pass up to Aiden Matthews. Matthews with an outstanding game the other night as well. Matthews off to Thompson, or excuse me, Jennings. Jennings to Sanderson now. Sanderson, ill pass there to Kruger, and off to the races is Tall Chief. And excuse me there, I didn't realize it was Tall Chief, as he has black shoes on tonight, and it looks like there is a early penalty call perhaps, as the referees discuss what they just saw. And it looks like it'll just be a crease violation. It'll be Northern ball, no call.
Where's the penalty?
Looks like Six Nations Winter Rivera will stay and try to challenge the ball carrier to force a little bit of a time kill on the shot clock. And now Northmen go back to work. Matthews carries on the far side. Zips it across here to Wilson. He has trouble handling that and gets knocked down. It'll be another breakaway for Six Nations early here in the game. They're second in as many possessions. And that's a goal, as Cortez scores this time. Bottom right-hand corner on Downey. And the Northmen are going to have to clean this sloppy play up early. Cortez here, lots of time. Matthews almost there, but just not enough to get there. And a no-doubter low on the left, under the left hand of Downey. And just about a minute and a half in to this game, Six Nations Arrows take the first lead of the game. Last game, the shots were 53-51 in favor of the Northmen, so I'm sure we'll see more of the same, over 100 shots in the game, as Six Nation Arrows comes up with the loose ball. Becker shoots. That's a save by Downey and into the corner. Offensive rebound picked up there by Lickers. Now Six Nation goes on the attack. Martin with it. He shoots. And that's blocked in front by a Northern defender. John Hill with it now. He likes to dish the ball. He does so over to the far side too. Now Martin with it off the board, and another chance there by Squire, I believe. And now back into the Northern net, and they'll try to race up the floor in 8 seconds or less. Here comes Thompson, being pressured here by Garlow. He turns back and gets it to Sanderson to avoid the pressure just in time. Sanderson carries now. Back up to Thompson. Thompson's going to try to go to the middle. He gets popped high, and no call there by the ref. And Six Nations goes the other way. Tall Chief hands it off to Cogan. Cogan with the hot stick for Six Nations last game, as he lazily carries it into the sideboard. Cogan, little skip step. Comes back around the top. Looking to dish. He does. And here comes Rivera. He's going to shoot over the top, and that's saved well by Downey. A breakaway pass to young Evan Miller as he tries to get down the floor, but wisely pulls it out, as Captain Blaze Becker was screaming out there. A big, long shot there by Matthews. Great save by Robertson, and that'll be a nice 30-second reset for the Orangeville offense. Jennings, back to Matthews. Matthews carries, looking to exchange to the right side, but can't as it's cut off. Matthews trying to go underneath. He's got a little bit of lane. Now he's got Kruger wide open. He shoots, and a good stick there off the shoulder of Robertson and into the netting. And the Northmen get their third chance of the possession. Kruger with it now on the near side, trying to do something. Matthews' shot, that's blocked by Porter as he catches their own rebound and heads behind the net to move it up the floor. Six Nations with lots of energy coming out of the door here early. Lickers now. He decides to pull out as they get their offensive reinforcements on the floor. He's going to try one-on-one here with Shabbat. No, he's going to pass it off to Rivera, and now down to Squire. Or excuse me, Jimerson. Jimerson shoots, and that's right into the breadbasket of Downey. Cooper Campbell now carries. Some nice soft pressure here by Six Nations, and look out! Mr. Shabbat as Mr. Wiggins was there to pop him and cause the ball to come free, and it'll go right back into the stick of Cogan. Cogan carries. Down to Rivera. Rivera, he shoots quick. That's off of Downey and into the corner. A 50-50 battle here on the boards as Evan Miller tries to scoop it up from Hamill, and he'll eventually get it, and the Northmen will be able to get back on the offense here. A little shaky looking on the offense so far here early for the Northmen. They're looking to get something going here as Wilson carries near side. He pops there to Kruger. Kruger, far side of Thompson. Thompson will shoot, and that's a good save there by Robertson. Picked up now by Harding. Stripped of the ball there by Thompson, and Kruger's going to try a little one-on-one. He passes back to Thompson. Thompson shoots again, tries to go high. He had the goalie down, but missed the net high. Now Porter carries over, and he'll be able to easily pass it off here to Lickers on the near side. Lickers carrying now. He's got a lane. He goes right to the net uncontested, and a great save there by Downey, although it was called in the crease. So it wouldn't have counted anyway. Here comes Berman. He gets it up the floor here to Shirtlift. Shirtlift and Sanderson now. Delayed penalty coming against the Arrows. Penalty trouble was the difference in the game back home in Orangeville. Now the Northmen looking for a 6-on-5. They get a good shot. Will they get the rebound? And they do, as Sanderson picks it up off the boards, and they'll get another crack at it before the penalty's called. Sanderson now. Down to Wilson. Locking off the man behind our Six Nations. Back up to Kruger. Kruger. Over to Wilson for a quick stick, but the pass was on his off hip, and he was unable to find that. And the Northmen are going to look to build off what they had going back home in Orangeville in Game 4, as they were 6 for 7 on the power play, humming at 86%, which, if I check my records, is pretty darn good for lacrosse. So they'll look to go 7 for 8 here in the two games combined to start off as we approach the halfway mark of the first period. Kruger to quarterback, as per usual. Rotation on the right side as they play catch with the far side. Wilson now over to Matthews as they reset to the top. Kruger with it. Matthews, back to Kruger. Kruger will shoot. Tries to get a worm burner to go under Robertson, but he drops his big body down and keeps the ball out of the net.
Penalty to number 18, Ray Cortez. 2 minutes for slaughter. Time of the penalty, 6:02.
Cogan with it. He's pressured there by Wilson as Wilson gets off for a defender. Cogan still with it here, being bothered by Ron. A nice little shovel pass out to Rivera. Rivera looking to take his chance one-on-one. He's going to shoot. And that was well blocked by Sean Costigan and wide of the net, and the Northmen will get to go back to work here with about 1 minute remaining in the penalty. Northern power play works it around. Kruger now, trying to get something going in the middle here. Finds Aiden Matthews, he shoots. And that's high and wide. And a nice little neat backhand by Brennan there to send his teammate Tall Chief off to the races, and Six Nation Arrows get a pretty good scoring chance out of it. One more possession for the Northmen power play. Will they look to go early and get an offensive rebound, or will they wait for the man to come out of the box? Kruger now. Matthews. Back to Kruger. Kruger shoots. He's trying to go high on a dropping Robertson, as Robertson has gone down on his knees on almost every shot here tonight, so the Northmen will probably look to go under the bar at some point moving forward, and that'll be it for the penalty. As Blaze Becker hands it off to John Hill, and now the Arrows will be back 5-on-5. John Hill changes to Cogan. Cogan, ever dangerous. Carries up and over. He's going to shoot. No, he's going to hitch step. Over to Martin. Martin, great stick there by Berman to knock that loose, and that'll be it for the 30-second shot clock. Northmen trying to gain the center line. They do with Aiden Matthews. Matthews going to try to run around Wiggins, but and a nice little toe drag there to beat two men. Now trying to beat three, and that's a lot of work in a small area for Aiden Matthews. Now with the ball is Kruger on the near side. He carries across the top. Over to Matthews, back to Kruger. Matthews now, he's going to shoot around a screen, and that almost finds the short side, but Robertson's arm just got there. It looks like a loose ball push on Wilson here, so it'll remain Northman ball. Possession call, just as good as an offensive rebound in this situation. Six Nations pressing out very aggressively here on the Northman offense, trying to slow them down from anything they've got going. A little chance inside there for Jennings, but just missed. Shot clock down to 10. Sanderson now. He might shoot from outside. No, a nice fake little pass there that was right in the wheelhouse of Aiden Matthews, but I think as he looked skyward, he thought Sanderson was shooting it just like the rest of us. Lickers with the ball. Passes it over to Cogan. Cogan's going to howitzer one from the outside, and that's gobbled up by the stick of Downey. Downey shovels it off to the captain, Messier. Messier gains the floor with little pressure, but a stick on it there by Cogan. A very good play, and it's right back into the hands of the Arrows. Northman's trying to find answers for this press early in the game. Hamill carries on the near side. Hamill looking to go underneath. He's got some room there, but nothing going. Good defense by the Northmen. Martin cracks it across to Cogan. Cogan, he's going to shoot around a screen looking for that bottom right-hand corner, but that'll be wide of the net and over and back. Wilson carries, passes through a stick, over to Matthews. Arrows stretching way out beyond the restraining line here, trying to mess up the Orangeville rhythm. Sanderson looking to go underneath, nothing there. Oh, he dips back under, he's got some room, but a great trail check there by Tallsheet, dislodges the ball, and now the Arrows go the other way. Cortez gives it back here to Jimerson. Jimerson back down to Lickers. Lickers attacking from the corner on Gilmore. Back up here to Martin, and now Lickers trying to go one-on-one with Gilmore again. Pick and roll works, but he wasn't ready to pass. Rivera, a little dump inside, a beautiful job there. Into McKay Jimerson, who makes a no-doubt goal there on Downey and increases the Arrows' lead 2-0. See on the replay here, Jimerson comes up and sets a stiff pick and just slips through the middle there as the lines got crossed there on the Northman defense. I believe Noble was expecting to head to the ball carrier, but miscommunication led to a wide open Jimerson in the middle, and he cashes in on the opportunity. Just past the halfway mark of the first period, 2-0 Arrows. The Northmen looking for their first great scoring opportunity. Arrows continue their great pressure here on the ball. Northmen moving it a little quicker now to alleviate this pressure to get their proper crew out on offense. And now they go. Less than 10 on the shot clock. Matthews, and a nice goal there to get it back to stop the bleeding. Aiden Matthews with a dying 30-second clock, is able to get underneath, and a nice diving goal coming back short side on Robertson. Looks like we're going to get the Jimerson goal again, and cameraman Jim is not too happy with himself, ladies and gentlemen. We missed that one, but if you were watching closely, you probably saw it for yourself. And if you weren't, get off your phone and pay attention. I'd like to give a quick shout out to our U7-1 team watching from Pelham, where they have begun the weekend 3-0 again in the Superstars tournament. And we all wish the best of luck to them tomorrow in the finals. Go get them, boys. Illegal infraction on Perry, so it'll be Northmen ball. Northmen are going to have to look to move their feet and move this ball as much as they can to alleviate the spread out pressure, and hopefully all that extension by the Arrows defense will expose some soft spots around the net. Sanderson now. Gets it off to Matthews. Matthews is going to shoot. He scores! 5-hole and ties this game up. He's looking to the Northern faithful on the far end of the floor. Gives a sweep to the carpet. And we're all tied up here, folks, with 8:17 left. Again, the Arrows defense just so stretched out. Matthews able to find an off-ball pick by Kruger here and slip into a soft spot, and I'm sure Robertson will want that one back as it slips under the big wood stick that should be on the ground at all times. Another face-off won cleanly by Campbell, and that eventually gets into the stick of Shabbat, and then a loose ball here now. Campbell again with it. Nope, it'll be his cousin Berman trying to pick up the ball, and it looks like it'll be 8 seconds on the violation to the Northmen.
Number 20, Max Kruger. Time of the ball, 11:23.
Hamill across to Cogan. Cogan loves the ball. He tries to go far side low again, as he likes to do, and that goes wide of the net. Picked right back up by Lickers, and now Big John Hill's going to try to shoot, but it can't beat the wooden stick of Cole Downey. Berman now. He's going to try to leg it out. Looks like he's going to have success doing so, and kicks it back now to Sanderson as the Northmen go back to work. Sanderson. Always elusive. Up to Jennings, and now back into the hands of the goal scorer, Matthews. Matthews slips but catches himself and gets back up. He's trying to go back underneath, looking for his natural hat trick. Up to Sanderson. Sanderson shoots, and that's right into the crest of Robertson. It looks like someone went through the crease, so the offensive rebound is null and void, and the Arrows will go back to work in the offensive zone. Martin with it. Martin, a little one-on-one opportunity here with Miller. He takes it and cracks it to the far side to Jimerson. Jimerson now finds a streaking Rivera, but he's unable to get the ball. And a nice little spin move there by Costigan to get it to Ron, and now the Northmen have numbers. Shirtley, he shoots, and that misses narrowly on the right side. Now pressure by the Northmen of their own in their offensive end, and that is alleviated quickly and back into the hands of Rivera. Rivera over to Martin. Martin on the near side with it now, trying to work two-man game with Lickers as Hamill clears through. Pass a little too far for Lickers there, and the Northern defense pick it up, and they're looking to press. A nice idea there to try to find Dash Adams on the break, but the pass just a little bit too far, and it goes into the corner for a 50-50 battle. Ball still loose, as Wilson did call for a rebound or no rebound. He's counting now, and now it's a reset by Wilson. I'm not sure why he decided to throw it down the floor. Perhaps the referee did let him know that the Arrows had possession. We couldn't hear it up here, folks. Now the Northmen go again. Thompson. One-on-one with Porter. Sanderson now on the near side. He's got a man in front. He finds Wilson. Oh, off the post and off the leg pad of Robertson, and it was just that close, but somehow stays out of the net. And that's got to feel good for the Northmen, getting some good looks here after a very frustrating first half of the period trying to get to the net. Now Squire with it. He gets shoved down by the captain. Squire He's going to shoot around a screen. He does, and that's off the toe of Downey. Rebound in the middle and right into the stick of Costigan as he legs it up the floor. A little popcorn pass over here to Ron, and Ron's on now. He's got some numbers. He's going to wisely pull out as the Six Nations Arrows were able to get off the back door very quickly. Now Shirtliff with it. He's going to dump it off to Sanderson at mid-floor. Sanderson carries near side. He's got a big pick coming from Kruger. He finds it. No roll there, so he sends it across to Jennings, but he can't handle it. And now we've got a battle for a loose ball, and Six Nations comes out with it. Lickers carries on the near side. He's on Shabbat. Gets a nice pick there by Martin, but no going there as he's going to use the shot clock. Now in the corner here with Shirtliff. Up to Martin. Back over to Kotas. Or excuse me, Kogan. And now the Northmen will carry it over mid-floor. And you got to wonder if these Six Nations defenders are starting to get tired pressing out so much. Will they be able to keep that up all game if that's the plan? Matthews now, over to Kruger. Kruger down to Thompson. Thompson looking for something. He finds Shirtliff. Shirtliff carries up. 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Over to Matthews. He shoots from far, and Robertson easily saves that and moves it up to Porter for the easy clear. Hamill with it carries near side. Hamill on Ron. Back up to Jimerson, and he shoots and scores again. And now it is 3-2 Nations after he hits the bottom right-hand corner. Gotta wonder with all these bottom right-hand goals and shots, it looks like maybe the Six Nations Arrows are looking to shoot under the glove of Downey here. Early and often. Jimerson just too much of a gap there at the dotted line, and with that much time and these skilled shooters, Northmen are going to have to find a way to get out in hands and sticks and in lanes in order to avoid those types of goals. We'd like to now give a shout out to our U13s who won the Guelph tournament earlier this year and are sitting atop the A qualifiers in first place after an opening weekend at home, going 5-1. Crease called there on Six Nations, so it'll be Northman ball. We wish our U13s the best of luck in this upcoming weekend in Whitby for the second round of qualifiers. And Matthews carries on the far side. Jennings now. He gets it over to Kruger. Kruger working with Shirtliff. He gets a skip pass there to Thompson, but he can't handle it off the boards, and it's on the turf and back into the hands of Six Nations. Becker now with a chance, but he can't chase it down in time. Puts it back out there to Lickers. Lickers down to Martin. Martin back out top here to Hamill. Strong on the left side they are. Hamill looking to find a lane. He can't find one as the Northman cut it off. He tries to split two guys. He ends up still doing it. He still has the ball and somehow ends up scoring with 3 Northmen all over him. An excellent effort there by Hamill, not giving up on the play at all, and is able to get a shot off somehow. Watch Hamill here. He comes in here, puts the brakes on, toe drags through, gets a high stick. People draped all over, help from the other side, and still nothing good enough to stop him as he is able to throw a weak crippler on a jumping Downey to find the back of the net here. And just like that, the Six Nations Arrows are back on top by 2. With just under 2.5 minutes to play in the first period. We'd like to also talk a little bit and give a shout out to our call-in sick with a sore tummy, DJ Cleveley's U15 team, who finished with a gold earlier this year at the Barry Berman tournament. And they are heading off to their second qualifiers next weekend, sitting in second after going 5-0-1 in the first qualifier in Orangeville. So again, both teams, best of luck the rest of the way. We'll be watching. Jimerson carries on the far side. He's going to get it down low to Squire as he gets it up to Rivera. Strong right side now. John Hill working with Lickers, he gets a pick and roll, but nothing there. And a nice shot there on the right-hand side, and an even better glove save as Downey looks sharp. That should be over and back unless it goes right into the stick here of Connor Lesky, and it does, so it'll be Northman ball as Sanderson now carries. Trying to get past the presser, he dumps it off to his teammate, Max Kruger. Max looking to work a game here with Sanderson. He cracks it across to Matthews, who looks to go over the top. Good defense there. He shoots. Oh, and that had the bottom left-hand corner pasted. But again, a dropping Robertson is able to save it with the right pad. Martin carries casually as he waits for reinforcements. Martin now looking to shoot maybe. He's going to have an opportunity here. He does. Tries to go six side this time and misses the net wide. Hamill quickly on the rebound. He snaps it across to John Hill. John Hill is going to try to shoot a nice little floater there. A good little crossbody bouncer, but just not enough to catch the inside post. Here comes Ron. And that it will be 8 seconds as the Six Nations Arrows press is bearing a lot of fruit here early in the game. Hidden ball trick tried, but no one fooled by that as Squire moves it down to Rivera. Rivera has it. Out to John Hill. John Hill carries back to Rivera. Rivera spins, comes over across the top. Good defense there by the men in black. Shot from the outside off the inside post and all the way down the floor, so the Arrows will have 20 seconds left in this period to make something happen here. It looks like they're going to go 6-on-5 on the run as Robertson chugs off the floor, and Hamill will come in as the sixth man. 5 seconds remain in the game clock. John Hill. Cogan now. He shoots and scores with 0.9 seconds left on the game clock. And the first period has gone the opposite way it did as far as scoring than the other night in Game 4. Just a good seal there by Hamill. And Cogan again, dangerous shooter, great seal there by, I believe it was either Jimerson or Squire. Both big bodies allowed Cogan to get that stick free and shoot one. And with 0.9 seconds, the Six Nations Arrows have taken a 3-goal lead, 5-2. Reminiscent of last night's game with 0.6 seconds left, where Dylan Sanderson scored his 4th of the period to put the Northmen ahead by 2, I believe, at the time. And we'll go into the second period with the Six Nation Arrows up 5, Northmen 2. We'll see you back here in about 10 minutes. Welcome back here to the ILA, where Six Nations Arrows is up by 3 goals on the Orangeville Northmen, 5-2 here in Game 5. It was all Six Nations in the first period, as the Northmen came out a little bit shaky, found their footing, and then ended off not so great as well. Northmen trying to find an answer for the smothering press of the Six Nation Arrows. Still no answers yet, but thankfully Aiden Matthews' 2 goals have kept this only a 3-goal game. It could be much more. Some good saves by goaltender Downey, and good saves on the other end by Ethan Robertson as well. So what's going to come next here in the next 20 minutes? Well, we'll have to watch and find out. Only 1 penalty called so far in the game, and the Northmen were unable to capitalize. Keen Perry and Cooper Campbell at the dot again, battling. Perry comes up with it, but it goes right into the stick there of Aiden Matthews, who wisely cuts back before going over to avoid the pressure and over and back call. Now Sanderson carries, and the Northmen will be first to try to strike here in the second. Up to Kruger, back to Matthews. Matthews carries across the top. He's got nothing going there. Good defense there by Rivera. But Taylor Harding, bad timing on his cross-check away from the ball, and that interference will cause the Northmen to have a second crack at it for free. Sanderson with it now. He lines up Becker's one-on-one. He's got some room. He's going to shoot on the run, and that misses on the short side and wide, and that will be over and back for the Northmen. Or excuse me, it must have been saved or off the post, and the Northmen will get a reset. Kruger carries. Sanderson with the pick. Kruger comes across the top. He's looking to shoot. No good there as he gets his hands free and finally does, and that misses wide, and that will be over and back surely. Northmen finding trouble getting to the inside of the floor. Kogan now. Now Lickers with it on the far side. He's finding a lane. Campbell out quickly to meet him. Lickers now pick and roll, but a good stick there by Campbell. And now he's going to have an undisciplined penalty as the ball was heading right into the goaltender, and he cross-checked his man from behind. It'll be Arrows reset. Kogan carries up top, waiting for a pick. Kogan with it now. Fakes the shot, comes inside. Oh, and he beat Downey there, but couldn't beat the inside post as that bounces in behind the goaltender. Jimerson back over here. Now to Hamill. Hamill working with John Hill. John Hill now with it. He shoots over the top, and a nice shoulder save there by Downey as he scoops up the rebound and bounce passes it out to Berman. Berman running the floor now, trying to alleviate that pressure. Good pressure by Garlow as he is all over the hands of the Northmen offenders. Shabbat now beats his man with his feet. Tries to go inside, but decides to pull it out and kicks it back over here to Matthews. Matthews now looking for something. Inside, he shoots. That goes wide. A nice little rebound and dump pass by Wilson. And now the Six Nations Arrows carry back over the floor. Tall Chief with it now. He hands it off to Kogan. Kogan a little shovel off to Rivera. Both dangerous on the right side here as they work together. Rivera finds Kogan. He catches it. He shoots around the screen right to Rivera. Rivera pumps, shoots, and that's off the crossbar and into the mesh. So 2 very good looks here early by Kogan and Rivera, and it looks like the Northmen are going to head to the sin bin for 2 or less. And Six Nations will have their first power play opportunity. Their power play last night wasn't clicking early. They got a couple late, I believe, but they're going to look to better their numbers here tonight. Kogan at the point with Rivera on the shooter. Martin on the shooter on the far side. He has it now. He's going to shoot, and short side high goal on Cole Downey. A wonderful shot there by Martin, who actually missed game 4 and is back in action now. On Chrysostom duty-free replay here, and you'll just see Martin, a little something going on to confuse the players on the inside there, and it looks like Sean Costigan was anticipating a little too early a pass back to Rivera, and that was read beautifully by Martin. He saw a lane, took it, and snuck it in on the short side on Downey. Back to the face-off dot. Looks like an illegal procedure, this time charged to the Northmen, and it'll be Six Nations ball as they look to keep this going. A difference of 4 goals now, 6-2 for the Six Nation Arrows as Rivera carries. He heads down the lane. He's looking to back in. Good stick check there as he loses it, and Downey now heads it up top. Now a chance for the Northmen. Berman over to Sanderson. Sanderson rolls again, back out to Matthews. And now the Northern offense will look to get set. Although Tall Chief wants to pressure Matthews and not make it easy. He does a good job. Over to Sanderson now. He gets a good pick from Kruger. Kruger's flashing in the net. And a nice slide there by Cortez. And a good stick by the Six Nations defenders. Disallow that to be caught. And right back in the hands of the Arrows. Martin, the most recent goal scorer, carries on the far side. John Hill comes across the top and exchanges to Cogan, and now down to Jimerson. Jimerson over to John Hill as he looks to shovel it inside. Nothing going there, so he cracks it across, and Cogan, and that's off the mask of Messier, and now the Northmen get a chance here as Sean Costigan comes around the middle. He'll dump it back over, and that's going to go right back to the Arrows. And now they're on the attack, 2-on-1. Porter with it. He's going to shoot, and a good save there by Downey. Loose ball trying to be scooped up within the crease by Perry, but eventually the goaltender comes out with it. Berman now floats it over to Shabbat. Shabbat across to Sanderson. Matthews carries on the near side now. Cracks it right back over to Kruger as he's going to look to go one-on-one with offensive man Cogan out there. He gets around him. Kruger with a chance and a beautiful twister goal by Max Kruger as he isolates Cogan, the offensive superstar for the Nations, and takes full advantage here. As they all clear out as they see the mismatch, and Max is able to get around the stick as he runs through, and even though a really good slide came over by Taylor Harding there, Kruger with the silky mitts is able to cross that up and find the short side on Robertson. Stopping the bleeding is Kruger, and now it is only a 3-goal margin to overcome for the Northmen. A good draw there by Cooper Campbell, and it's still a 50-50 ball nonetheless. A loose ball picked up here by Beckerzer almost. And now Cole Downey moves it out to Berman. Berman gets the floor within 8 seconds or less, and he dishes off to Sanderson. Sanderson still looking for his first of the game. Sanderson into Kruger again, and a great chance there by Kruger as he's piled on by Harding. And it's right back into the Northman stick. Less than 10 on the shot clock now. Matthews looking to make something. He tries to shoot one. He finds the 5-hole with a worm burner once again, and he has his hat trick on the night. So 2 quick goals by the Northmen bring it within 2 as we watch the Augustine duty-free replay here. It wasn't an offensive rebound, but Matthews picked it up off the boards off of Kruger's opportunity, and just a little jab step to the inside, and he just chooses to shoot around the screen of Quinn Brennan and finds the 5-hole once again against Ethan Robertson. So with just over 5.5 played here in the second period, the Northmen find themselves within 2 once again in the game. Face off one by the Northmen here. Costigan, he's going to use his legs to beat the pressure. Turned well back there by Wiggins. He's going to go around the net. A great check there by Cortez, and that's picked up by Wiggins as he's going to try to head to the other end of the floor, and he does successfully. Wiggins, a little shovel pass to Porter. Porter's got an opportunity. A great save there by Downey to keep the ball out of the net and try to keep his team's run going here offensively. Offensive rebound now resets the clock for Six Nations, and Rivera has it on the near side. He might shoot. No, he pulls it and looks for something better. Carries back again. He's got a pick and roll going with Squire. Now one-on-one And that looked like it was in the crease, and the referee agrees, and now it'll be Northern ball. Evan Miller off to the races. He's got Kruger coming out of the boards. Evan Miller takes it himself. A beautiful far side, short side goal all in one motion. And finally, the rookie finds the back of the net. With the amount of breakaways he's had, I'm sure that's a big monkey off his back, folks. Let's watch it again, the Aquasaucity duty-free replay, and good on Evan Miller for scooping and going. Those are the new rules here in the last few years of junior lacrosse, and obviously they're going to take Kruger, and just that shows that stick far side just enough for Robertson to bite, and in one motion tugs it back short side. A beautiful goal scorer's goal by number 9 from the defensive end, and now pulls the Northmen within 1. And just like that, we are back in action here, folks. Back and forth action, just like we had in Game 4. Northmen continue their pace on the face-off dot and win another one. Braden Gilmore over to Dylan Sanderson as 2 more men change and 2 more men come out. Dylan carries across. He shoots from far, gets his own rebound off the boards. He's gonna have to get one off here shortly. A nice pass inside, and that's well defended by Captain Blaze Becker. And it looks like someone is going to get a roughing penalty, and it looks like it's Captain Blaze Becker arguing his case to the referee. Or Becker was pleading for Brennan. He didn't like the call. And now the Orangeville Northmen will look to go 50% on the night with their power play. A couple of outside shots with no fruit bared on the first power play, and they're going to try to maybe switch it up here with some plays to try to get a better look on Robertson. As the Orangeville Northmen power play works it around here, and they'll probably head into a play right about now. Matthews with it. Over to Kruger on his wrong side. He backtracks. Over to Matthews now. Matthews back over, skip past to Sanderson. Sanderson pumps, fakes. Over to Matthews now. Good ball movement there by the Northmen, and a great job to save that quick stick after some great movement. And that is another penalty, as Porter was a little overzealous there, checking Wilson after he was on the ground. Northmen looking to a 5-on-4 with a fresh 30. Nice little backhand to Sanderson. He shoots, and he scores! And Dylan Sanderson is right back on the board here, folks, tonight in the second period, tying the game at 6. And the Northmen have clawed their way back from a 4-goal deficit to tie this, not even halfway through the third. Aquasaucity duty-free replay, as always. Little backhand to Sanderson. Like I said, he's hot as a pistol. He just does that little underhand show to keep the goaltender on his feet, and then brings it way over the top again, shoots it low, beats Robertson, and the game here is tied. And what a game we have again here, folks, as Game 4 was back and forth, and Game 5 proves to be the same. A little water break for Cole Downey as he saunters on back to the goal. And it's a power play marker, a 6-on-4 marker for the Northmen. And with the delayed penalty, they'll get a fresh 2 minutes, as the first penalty was killed or negated by the goal. So Northmen right back to the power play, but they need to win a face-off to go. Again, 50-50 after a good draw, and it's right into the stick of the Arrows. Tall Chief with it now on the near side. He hands it off to Cortez. Six Nations looking to answer with their own goal to stop the bleeding of the Northman comeback. Cortez tries to shoot through the legs of his man, and now Sean Costigan's off to the races, and he's going to try to pull it out so he can get the power play back on the floor and see if they can't get another one here. Little hidden ball trick. Fools nobody as it stays with Kruger, and Kruger now gets off the floor for Wilson, as it looks like maybe the Northmen are going to go strong on the left side here. Matthews with it. Tries to get it over to Jennings, but a good stick there by Captain Becker as he's off to the races now, and he might try something. And he steps in the crease just barely, much to the chagrin of the disagreeing fans in Six Nations. Matthews carries now. Northman with just under a minute left in the power play. Wilson will quarterback the top now as Kruger comes back out. Kruger now carries up top. He's going to look for a shot. No, he's going to look to pass, and he does to the crease. Little inside move there for Wilson as they tried to get a little fake shot pass, pick and roll. And Kruger with an absolute howitzer from the top sidearm picks the short side on Robertson, and the Northmen have their first lead of the game. Akwesasne duty free, nothing going there. It was a nice try on the pick and roll for Wilson. Good defensive stick there by Six Nations, and just too much room for 20 there as he shows far side, drags it back short side, similar to Evan Miller. And now we have the second game in a row for a goaltender change. Vice versa this time, though, as Tyden Redlick comes to guard the twine. So they're going to see if he fares any better. This could be just a ploy by the Arrows to shake things up, as they've given up about 5 straight goals here in the second period. And that might be as Redlick had some injury issues last game and was pulled out. It might be a reset for Robertson if Redlick can't continue due to injury. Six Nations with a big face-off of their own, and another unsportsmanlike, or excuse me, another untimely check by Perry there puts the ball freely back into the Northern hands. Back to 5-on-5 action here at the ILA. Near side is Shabbat. He carries. Looking to shoot around a screen, but he dumps it into Jennings, but a good stick there by Rivera disrupted the pass enough that it couldn't reach Garen Jennings' stick. Nations looking to rebound here. Rivera carries. Rivera playing both ends of the floor much of game 4 and much of game 5 here early. And it looks like his energy is everlasting. Lickers back to Rivera. Rivera scoops underneath. He's going to shoot. And he had the goaltender going the way he wanted him to, but couldn't hit the near side. Costigan runs the floor now. He's got someone off the bench, but guarded by Becker, he elects to hold and hand it off to Thompson. Thompson gets it down to Sanderson. Sanderson against Beckers. Matthews shoots from far out, trying to test Redlick early, and Redlick is up to the task. Tall Chief now. Could be over and back here if he's not careful, but Tall Chief with the quick stick is able to save it and get it down to Squire. Squire tries to carry underneath. He gets there, and a beautiful diving goal there by Squire as he beats Berman underneath and goes hard to the guts of the floor for a diving goal far side on goaltender Downey. And Six Nations finds the answer they were looking for. A near over and back there saved by Tall Chief, and some open floor for Squire. A bit of a size mismatch, and he's able to take off before touching the white line and get to the far side. A beautiful goal there by Squire. And looky, we're all tied up again at 7. Just under halfway mark of the second period. Another ever important face-off here, and that goes into the stick of Costigan. Back to Berman, back to Costigan. It looks like the pressure of the Six Nation Arrows has dissipated a little bit. It might be a second period thing. They might see it again in the first period, but for now, the Northmen get to go back to work with a little less annoyance. Sanderson doing his thing on the side. He gets pushed out well there, gets a good pick to alleviate the pressure. He shoots, tries to go short side high with the underhand, and a crease pass to Jennings, but his stick was slashed, and that pass was missed. Northman's Kruger on the floor as he must have got hit on the way off, but no call, and play resumes. Jimerson with it. Working there with Squire, 2 big bodies. John Hill with it. He carries over the top and gets it down to Squire, the goal scorer. Squire across the top, he shoots, but that's well wide. Squire again back of the net, right to Jimerson, and Downey is able to get there in time with all that confusion around his net and behind his net, and it's a reset offensive rebound for the Six Nation Arrows. John Hill with it again. He hits Jimerson. Inside pass there to Squire, but he can't handle it. And after a dramatic dive by Squire and no call by the referee, the Six Nation Arrows fans are up in arms. Wilson with it. Out to Matthews. Northmen still sorting out the offense. Strong on the left side now. Matthews carries across the top, cracks it over to Sanderson. Back to Matthews. Matthews tries to shoot a long distance shot as the shot clock wind down, but that was well wide, and now the Six Nations Arrows will try to go back to work and regain their lead that they've had for most of the game. Ball starts on the near side here with Kogan. He's going to challenge Berman. Nothing going there, so back to Martin as he gets it checked as he was looking cross floor and right to the stick of Downey, and now the Northern bench is looking to push as they have their righties coming out the door close to the Six Nations net. Matthews with it once again. He's going to exchange over to longtime teammate Dylan Sanderson as him and Kruger look to go to work. Sanderson trying to flash underneath. He almost gets there, but Porter turns him back. Tries to go again. This time he's got it. Sanderson in and a beautiful diving goal of his own. And now he's getting the business by Tyden Redlick. And he's still going at him as Sanderson's on the floor. He wasn't even near Redlick on it. And Matthews is going to have to be careful here as he's being held by Wyatt Wiggins, who is no stranger to the rough stuff. Not sure why. We'll see here on the duty-free replay. Sanderson finally beats a nice check too, and he dives through the crease. And I'm not sure if Sanderson said something to Redlick or what, but it doesn't look like he made contact with the goaltender. Obviously, it was a good goal, so the referees agree with yours truly. And now as they sort some stuff out, it looks like it'll be Aiden Matthews and the aforementioned Wyatt Wiggins heading to the box for maybe 2 minutes each here. And I'm sure the Northmen will be asking about Mr. Redlick and his extracurriculars to see why he didn't get a penalty after going after Sanderson several times. Looks like the three referees are over there conversing as captains Becker and Messier look on. As this is all being sorted out now, we're going to look at the past games of the Ontario Junior A playoffs here and upcoming games. And as you can see, the St. Catharines Athletics have a commanding 3-1 lead over the Burlington Blaze. We're all tied up here for game 5 with a tied game with 6:39 left. Kitchener Kodiaks are down 3-1 to the Oakville Buzz. That game started at 8 o'clock. We'll have some updates. And Whitby and Brampton are tied 2-2. 3 games tonight as St. Kitts and Burlington will go tomorrow. Oakville and Kitchener, game 5 tonight. Updates coming shortly. Brampton and Whitby, game 5 tonight. And of course, you're here with us for game 5. And now it looks like Redlick hasn't had enough of the business. He wants to go back out to Sanderson and have a little chat. Sure, there's some colorful language between those two. Sanderson not one to back down. Bit of a height advantage and size advantage for the goaltender, but I digress. So, around the league, no update yet for the Kitchener game, but it looks like Whitby Warriors are up 6-4 against the Brampton Excelsiors. And after a long delay to sort out the penalties, and it looks like Tyden Redlick will indeed get the extra, and that'll be served by Martin. So the Orangeville Northmen look to be back on the power play as they have 5 on the floor and the Arrows only have 4. Great detective work by yours truly to figure that one out. Cameraman Jim agrees. If anyone from the OLA is watching, I'm wondering, oh, now the live score is up for Kitchener and Oakville, and it is 0-0, as that game is just getting underway. Harding with the loose ball off the draw. Six Nations looking to kill their fourth penalty of the game. Hamill carries up top and is just patiently waiting for reinforcements as they're going to be looking to get a shot here shortly. John Hill off the post and right back to Hamill, and that'll be a nice reset for the Six Nations Arrows. Rivera has it now. Six Nations content just to kill this off as much as they can and try to get an offensive rebound to kill another 30. Rivera going now. Half of the shot clock away. Nice pass there across the floor, and that'll be an easy holding penalty by Ron for the referees. Or excuse me, Evan Miller, as he didn't want to get beat to the net shorthanded. You can see Evan Miller at the top of your screen there, and as Rivera gets free, as soon as Evan Miller, oh no, he just a little jab step, and Miller not in terrible position there. He just gets that free hand on the back of Hamill, and Hamill, powerful and big and strong, was able a little bit too much for Evan Miller, and an easy call right in front of the referee. So it'll be 4-on-4 action for about 1 minute here. Rivera moves it back and forth with Squire on his side. Rivera looking to go against Sean Costigan. He gets it across the floor to Hamill. Hamill carries across the top. A little face dodge, nothing going there as Berman defends him well. Hamill now, back to Rivera. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Rivera waiting for Squire. He shoots 5-hole, but that's stopped by the stick of Downey, and now a great stick check there on a breakaway pass opportunity for the Northmen. Causes the ball to dislodge and go off the boards and right back into the hands of the Arrows. About a shot clock's worth of time, 4-on-4, and then it'll be a power play for the Arrows. Rivera carries, passes over to John Hill. John Hill looking to make something happen here. He dishes it back. Little cross lines there with Lickers and John Hill. Rivera shoots a long distance shot, and that'll go right into the hands of the Northmen as they try to kill off the last minute of their shorthanded situation. Sanderson with it by his own bench. Kruger with it now. Takes the shot from the outside. Gets it over to Jennings, and a nice shot there by Jennings, but that's squeezed between the pants and the gloves of Redlick. And now the Arrows will have at least one opportunity here on the power play. Six Nations power play working it around as they get set to run something. And they start right away. Rivera with it. Back down to the crease to Hamill. Hamill surveys. Back to Rivera. Rivera shoots. And he had the goaltender going the way he wanted him to again as Cole Downey was heading down to his right. Rivera shot to the left, but he was able to make the save with his left hand. And now we're back to 5-on-5 lacrosse here, ladies and gentlemen. Sanderson carries far side, directing traffic, trying to make something happen. He shoots again, and that misses the net wide and into the stick of Cortez. He moves it up the floor to Kogan, and Kogan is now going to find a crease here. And oh, what a wonderful save there by Cole Downey, as a nice move by John Hill, a little dip and dunk. But Cole Downey came out of his shoes there to avoid getting scored over top of and to keep the game a one-goal game in favor of the Northmen. Kruger with it now. He carries across the top. In the hands of Thompson. Thompson cracks it across here to Shirtliff. Shirtliff back across to Jennings, but interrupted by some good sticks of the Six Nations defense, and Porter will carry over uncontested. Porter to Squire. Squire carrying, waiting for a pick. He comes across, a nice seal by Jimerson. He's going to have an open look, and he makes a no-doubter. Goal, short side low again on Downey. And Squire is having himself a little bit of a night here, folks. You can see this nice little look off here by Squire, too. First of all, Jimerson gets on the opposite side of his man, creating a nice seal there, and he just kind of looks to the left side, looks back to the right side to Jimerson, and it kind of freezes the Orangeville defense, who weren't in great position to begin with, and he throws a nice soft one right under the glove of Downey to tie this game up once again, 8-8 with 2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. Ever important face-off here between Campbell and Perry. Perry wins it clean back to his defender, Brennan. And now the Six Nations chief will have the first opportunity to break this tie. Lippers shoots off the post and off the goaltender and back out into the middle of the floor. Loose ball picked up by Northmen, but stripped there was Costigan as he scoops it out to Ron. Ron's going to have to be quick to get over in half in 8 seconds, and he does so successfully. Over to Kruger. Kruger's got an opportunity. He shoots, misses the net wide, and that'll be an over and back penalty, or excuse me, over and back call, and it'll be right back into the hands of the Arrows. Squire starts with it down low, up to Jimerson. Jimerson carrying, surveying, over the top now. Little backhand to Rivera. Rivera shoots around a screen, short side, but that goes high and wide. Rivera back on the loose ball. He's pressured now by Noble. Half a shot clock remains. Squire is going to try it as he has the hot stick. He bowls over, or tries to bowl over. A great job there to Rivera, and Rivera had a wide open net on the dive, just missed the far side, and he looks skyward. Sanderson on the far side now with it. A little less than 20 seconds on the shot clock. Northmen go back to work here, looking to break the tie themselves. Matthews looks some space underneath, little shovel pass there to Sanderson, well caught by him. Sanderson trying to dodge to the net. Back over to Jennings, but that pass was just off the mark. Just a little bit of time left here, and they're going to have to shoot quickly, and Sanderson does. That is a shot registered, and Jennings tries to get his own rebound, but too many Arrows players there scoop up their loose ball and head north. Lickers with it. John Hill. Cogan with it now on the near side. Cogan looking to go underneath. He scoops it back to Jimerson. He's going to shoot, and he finds the far side on Cole Downey. And now the Six Nations Arrows have regained the lead 9-8 with 21 seconds remaining in the game. You see here in Akwesasne duty-free replay, it's just a little top seal here, and Costigan a little slow to get out on the hands of Jimerson. He gets a free shot from the dotted line, and that beats Downey to the far side. Next possession is a big one to finish this period off, folks. Let's see what happens here on the dot. These two have battled well all series. And another 50-50 ball after a clean win by the Northmen. And it looks like it's going right into the hands of Dylan Sanderson, and they will wisely call a timeout with 12 seconds left. Coach Kruger on the far side pleading his case with the referees about the punishment that Cooper Campbell has been taking away from the ball after the face-offs, as he's been pretty banged up here, especially in Game 4, and that continues here into Game 5. Doing an incredible job on the face-off is Cooper Campbell, so you understand why the Six Nations Arrows would be targeting him. And the coaching staff obviously trying to take care of their guys as Coach Kruger goes over and gives Cooper Campbell a tap on the shoulder for a job well done. Coach Codd over there strategizing with his 6 offensive best. Looks like it'll be Shirtliff, Sanderson, Jennings, Matthews, Kruger, and Thompson. So 3 rights and 3 lefts, starting on the wrong side with Thompson. Looks like the Northmen will probably just hold on here till about 6 or 8 seconds and then try to run one play for one good shot in the dying seconds of the second period. Thompson holds. And they go with 6 seconds left. Behind the net here now. A little diving in and a wonderful goal there by Avery Shirtliff. A little quick hitter behind the net. And Avery Shirtliff catches and dives to beat goaltender Redlick to the post. And the Northmen have tied this up with 1.4 seconds left. Look at this, just a nice fake on the far side. His strong stick side fake by Avery Shirtliff. What a move. And just gets goaltender Tyden Redlick to move that way ever so slightly to open that near side post. And he finds Twine with a beautiful diving from behind the net goal. And with 1.4 seconds remaining here in the second period, this face-off will probably be null and void. As the clock runs down, we've got ourselves another wonderful game here, folks, at the ILA in Six Nations. And after 40 minutes, it is tied 9-9. Six Nations, Orangeville, period 3 comes next. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to the thrilling conclusion here in Six Nations at the ILA, where the Orangeville Northmen are all knotted up at 9 with the hometown Six Nation Arrows. Another back and forth affair, just like it was in Orangeville the other night. And who knows what's going to happen here in the last 20, but I'll give you some updates from around the league. The Brampton Excelsiors are down by 1, 6-5 to the Whitby Warriors. And the Oakville Buzz are also down by 1, 3-2 of the Kitchener Kodiaks. And here we go. Matthews comes screaming through for the loose ball, and the Northmen will be first to try to break the tie here in the third. Looks like the Six Nations defense is looking to press out here again in the third. Matthews now challenges underneath. A little slip in there to Jennings, and somehow he gets a stick on it and tries to get it towards the net. Now Sanderson with an opportunity in front. He gets absolutely drilled by Cortez, and it looks like it will be a penalty to Cortez. I'm not sure that was a penalty or if that was a clean hit. I didn't see it all, but we'll have a look at the Akwesasne Duty replay. As you'll watch Sanderson, number 19 at the top of your screen, come in. And here comes it. Oh, that's right in the neck to Mr. Sanderson. So despite the Boo Birds here early in the third period, in the first 29 seconds of the third, it'll be a Northman power play as they try to go back to work and get on the board. A nice little swim move to beat the pressure there is Matthews. Kruger now backpedals. He's got a little bit of a pick going with Wilson. Wilson's going to have to be careful not on the hold there. Kruger now shoots. And that's off the right leg of Redlick. And now Six Nations will try their best to kill 30 seconds or more of this penalty. Kogan with it. Always dangerous no matter how many men are on the floor. Lickers now. The shifty lefty carries to the corner. John Hill. He sends it back across to Kogan. Kogan now, watch out. He likes to shoot, and a good stick there by Noble. Dislodges the ball from Kogan. You don't see that very often. And the Northmen run it over half and go back to work on the power play with just over a minute remaining in the penalty. Sanderson off to Kruger. Kruger will play catch with Jennings as Wilson gets set on the crease. Back and forth now. Play in motion. Kruger from the wrong side. He's looking across the floor for a skip pass. Nothing there, so we'll backpedal up top. Matthews shoots. And that's saved by Redlick once again. And unless the Northmen can get this back quickly, that will be about it for the power play. Possibly one more play as the penalty is released. Rivera carries on the far side. Double team now by Costigan. Costigan behind the net trying to avoid that dunk like the Northmen had with the dying seconds. And the Northmen will have about 10 seconds left in the penalty. So you're sure they're going to hold and wait for the box to clear. And that'll happen right now. Kruger looking back. Backhand to Sanderson. Sanderson wants to shoot, but he's going to pull it out and decide to go 5-on-5 with 12 seconds left in the shot clock. Sanderson looking to shoot. Almost had one there. Comes across. He's going to shoot around the screen, and that's into the stick of Redlick. Battle for the loose ball there. And that will go into the Six Nations possession. Brennan with it on the near side. Back to 5-on-5 action. 17 minutes remaining in the game. All tied here at 9 in the third period. John Hill carries. He comes around the top, gets it over to Squire. Squire, a couple goals of his own tonight. Squire looking, shooting. He tries to go 5-hole on Downey, but he has the answer. Downey scoops it up and loses it out of the back of his stick. Thankfully, he wasn't in the net. And now the Northmen are going to have to rush to get it over. They just throw it down off the glass, and hoping for a good bounce there was Connor Lesky, but to no avail as the Arrows get it right back. Nice pass inside there to Rivera, a little too far in front of him for him to handle it. And now John Hill pops one up. Good defense there by Orangeville, trying to keep the ball on the ground. 16 seconds in the shot clock. A great stick check there by Berman as he picks it up and now sends Ron on the half break, and he'll back out of that as Six Nations was able to get out the back door in time with multiple players. And now the Northmen go back to work. Thompson carries across the top. He cracks over to Kruger. Kruger right back over to Matthews. Matthews looking for something. He shoots, and that's off the near side arm of Redlick. Nice offensive rebound there for the Northmen. Six Nations pressing out on the Northmen's top three. Sanderson down to Kruger. Kruger carries across the top. He shakes the defender, Becker. He's looking to go one-on-one with Becker a little bit. He does. Gets it across there to a streaking Thompson. He tries the backhand, but that misses well on the short side and right back into the stick of Wiggins. Wiggins bowling his way to the line. He dumps it off here to Martin as he squares up with Berman. Martin over to Rivera. Rivera to the corner. Kogan with it now. Back down to Jimerson. And an uncharacteristic missed pass there by Rivera allows the Northmen to have an easy loose ball, and they'll break it out. In the hands of Sanderson now at mid-floor as he carries to the near side. Working with Wilson. Thompson. Over to Matthews. Matthews carries across the top and quickly tries to get it to Sanderson, but that's picked off by Tallchief, who's had an outstanding game defensively tonight for the Arrows. Seems to be all over the floor at once. Perret carries over uncontested and dumps it off here to Hamill. Hamill down to John Hill. John Hill being watched closely by the Northern defense. He gets it over there to Jimerson, and he carries across the top. He shoots, and that's right into the honey hole of Downey as he passes it off to Sean Costigan, and he asks for a quick little chance to retie his stick as it was loosened by the shot, it looks like. Downey getting his glove back on, and it'll be in the hands of Avery Shirtliff, the last goal scorer of the game, to tie it 9-9 from behind the net with the dying seconds of the second. He carries up to beat the pressure. Across to Thompson now. Thompson looking to carry. He does. Over to Kruger, who carries over the top. Kruger taking a step towards the net. He shoots and scores! 5-hole! And pays the price after his shot as he gets sent down to the floor on a hard check. But what a move by Kruger as he was able to beat his man across the top, and then he found Porter with no stick, so he was able to slide by him. Watch this. He comes over, sees Porter with no stick, takes a hard line to the net, takes a crack by Brennan. And even though Brennan was there on the slide, it wasn't fast enough as Kruger was able to get it off quickly and beat goaltender Tyden Redlick on the 5-hole, and the Northern have regained the lead on the Kruger's hat trick of the night. Another 50-50 loose ball off the dot. I know I say it a lot, but it happens a lot here, folks, and it looks like a loose ball push on Six Nations. I didn't see the infraction, but the referee did. Now Jennings will carry on the far side. North down to Sanderson now on the near side. He's got a one-on-one opportunity. He tries to flash underneath. Now he's coming back over top. Tries underneath again. Back up top. Back underneath with the swing. Well guarded there by the defender of the Arrows. And now it looks like another penalty will be coming to Six Nations Cortez for what looks like an illegal cross-check. I'm not sure if cameraman Jim has the replay on that one, but I didn't quite see it. And it looks like maybe he got the stick up high or down low on Sanderson. And once again, the penalties are pretty lopsided in favor of the Northmen. And the Boo Birds are coming out from the Six Nations faithful towards the referees. Penalties were 10-6 last game, with Six Nations having the lion's share of those, and it looks like they have the lion's share as well here tonight as the Northern power play goes to work. Matthews, toe drag underneath, tries to jam it 5-hole, but Redlick had the answer as he is slow to get back up again as he's had leg issues in the last couple of games. Rivera with it, always dangerous. They're going to want to get it on him as he shoots into the stick and cross-checks Sean Costigan from behind in the crease, and Costigan will get it, and no worse for wear as he gets it over to Sanderson. Sanderson needs to beat his defender with his legs. Just great tenacity there by Wyatt Wiggins at the line to try to cough it up and at least stall the Northman power play to give them less time here with 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Kruger now tries to find the crease where Jennings lays. He can't find it, so loose ball comes out here. Sanderson's gonna have to shoot it. He does, and that's saved on the short side there as Sanderson pays the price for that shot as well by Becker. Porter off to Hamill. Hamill down to the corner to Kogan. Kogan squaring up the double team of the Northmen. He's going to try them. Kogan trying to get underneath them both. Almost does, but he's turned back. Great job of it. Even now Hamill's got to look, and unfortunately for him, and fortunately for the Northmen, the 30-second clock expires, and now the Northmen have about 10 seconds remaining on the penalty. And luckily for them, the clock was stopped a little bit and gave them an extra couple seconds to get their guys out as they'll try to shoot one here as the defender comes out of the box. Here he comes, and the Northmen will go back to work 5-on-5. A man behind the net. They find him. Shirtlift trying to do another dive. He doesn't find it. A nice one-timer pass there to Garen Jennings, but he's unable to find the twine. Perry with it carries easily over half. He'll dump it up to Martin. Martin decides to carry down the lane here. He might have a chance here. He looks over, shot down, and what a beautiful goal by Martin. A little step back after the confusion up top. He gets some room to get his hands free, and a nice sidearm that was reminiscent of Kruger's sidearm earlier in the first. Watch Martin here as he gets some nice picks here from Lickers, and just a little step back there by the Northern defender allows Martin to get his hands free, and he has that nice left-handed sidearm that the goaltenders always seem to want to go far side, but he tugs it back and stings it short side on Cole Downey. And once again, folks, we are all knotted up at 10. As we approach the halfway part of the third period, and a long loose ball goes to Rivera in the Northman corner. He pops it back out to Kogan. And now the Arrows get first crack for the tiebreak. John Hill with it now. He gets it over to Kogan. Kogan carries and right back to John Hill. That's disrupted by Evan Miller, and he'll get a chance to get on his horse, and he runs the floor. But Hamill runs with him. Miller now with it. Can he score again? He almost goes 5-hole once again. And even if that did trickle in, I don't think it would have counted as Miller was forced to run through the crease after the shot. But a great effort there by the young rookie to run the floor and try to get his second of the night. Rivera out to John Hill. John Hill pumps and shoots, and that's well high of the net. That's gobbled up by goaltender Downey and out to Berman, and Berman up to Ron, and just like that, the Northmen are over half. Thompson now beats the pressure with his feet. Comes back, gives it to Matthews. Matthews, he's got a lane. He's going to take it. Tries to go 5-hole like Kruger did earlier in the period, but to no avail. And Six Nations will have another shot here. A high-risk pass there to Jimerson, but he's able to catch it and pull it back out. Lickers with it on the near side, going against Evan Miller here. Lickers across to Jimerson and now down to Kogan. Or not Kogan, excuse me, Squire. Well guarded there by Dash Adams. And another save by goaltender Downey, and the Northmen will have their chance now to play tiebreaker. Kruger carries now. Sanderson being watched closely by Becker. Nice pass in front to Jennings, but he's unable to cash in on the opportunity. And now Thompson has it with 5 seconds left. Kruger's going to shoot. Just misses the far side corner. Now Thompson's got to get it off quick. He does. And it looked like he scored, but it was the goaltender's stick that cracked the mesh. As Redlick is slow to get up once again as he puts his mitts back on after a big save. John Hill with it after a hidden ball trick that fooled a few, but not many. Rivera. Over to Cogan now. Cogan always looking to shoot from the outside. Cooper Campbell on his stick. He gets a good pick. He shoots. And disrupted by the stick there just enough to put it squarely on Downey. Loose ball here picked up by Lesky and moved out to Berman. And here comes the pressure again from Wiggins. So good is Wiggins at pressuring the ball up top, but the Northmen with some quick passes alleviate it. Matthews with it now. Scoring the first two in the game was Matthews, and he's looking for another now. He finds a lane. He's getting in. And looking for his fourth of the game, I believe, as I think he has a hat trick, if I'm keeping score correctly. But I have been wrong before, many times, if you ask my wife, as Lickers has the ball on the near side. Hamill carries now. He's looking to go one-on-one, and Dash Adams gets a step on him, but a great slide there. And an open shot now for John Hill, and he just misses narrowly as goaltender Cole Downey got his left paw on it. John Hill with it now as a nice loose ball down there by Hamill allows the Arrows to regain possession and have a third crack at this possession. Cogan, shovel pass out to Jimerson. He's going to shoot. He does, but Downey's up to the task. And it's back in the Northern stick as they pop cornered up to Evan Miller, who's able to get it over half. And it looks like he's going to maybe run the floor here a bit. Passes it off to Shirtlift. And now Jennings carries over top. Thompson with it now. Over to Kruger. Kruger has a room. Kruger across. And narrowly escapes with his head as Cortez came across hot and heavy to disallow the young assistant captain a scoring opportunity. Martin carries now. He's looking to do something. He shoots. Tries to go short side low again under the glove of Downey, and a nice little swim move to get to the loose ball first as Martin is causing all sorts of havoc. It looks like a loose ball push called on Six Nations as John Hill and Noble go back and forth at it. Berman in some trouble now. He just scoops it across the middle of the floor. I believe he tried to. And now an over and back call, and that was, we had a pretty good angle of it from here, folks, and that looked like it was a missed call by the referee. And the Six Nation fans are getting ever more agitated with the referees tonight. Sanderson carries a little one-on-one opportunity here. Watch closely there by Porter. Sanderson on Porter again. Sanderson comes around a nice screen there by Kruger. Gets it over to Matthews into Kruger. A nice little one-touch one-timer. What soft hands by Kruger, who now has, I believe, 4 or 5 on the night. As we watch the Akwesasne replay, watch Kruger's soft hands. He doesn't have much room here, folks, and just a quick little touch up and over the shoulder of Tyden Redlick. What a goal. What hands by Kruger. And now the Northmen find themselves up by 1 again with just over 5 minutes remaining here in the third. And this game, like the game back in Orangeville a couple of nights ago, has just everything you want, folks. Scoring, roughness, offense, defense, goaltending, everything. And the Northmen come up with the loose ball off the face-off dot, and that's run over by Ron in time. Ron now, maybe looking to go for his goal of his own. He pops it up. He's got to be careful there as that wasn't cut off by Captain Becker. Sanderson with it again. Aiden Matthews. Down to Jennings. Back over to Sanderson. Sanderson now working with Shirtlift. Sanderson across the top. He might have a chance. He does. He shoots. Goaltender didn't see it, but it was saved. There is a reset, so there is a loose ball to be had. And that is scooped up by Taylor Harding as he runs it into the near corner. Bounce pass back out to Martin as he cautiously takes it off his chest to avoid the over and back. Hamill with it. Looks over to John Hill. Into the corner. Back behind the net to Kogan. Now Martin's shot, but that was a good stick by Captain Messier. Knocked it right out of his hands, but that forced Martin's shot to go wide. Berman gets it over to Wilson. Wilson and Sanderson on the right side now, and it looks like it'll be just them as a lefty comes out the door, and Sanderson thrown to the turf hard there. Wilson gets it back. And now good defense and pressure there by Six Nations Arrows. And again, Wiggins all over the loose ball as he has become a big part of the defensive unit for the Arrows. Lickers carries up and over. Back to Lickers now. Lickers comes over the top. He shoots one right into the stick of Downey, and he makes sure there's no rebound on the play. Northmen carry over the floor. A little bit of pressure here by Becker on Kruger. Kruger gets it down low to Shirtliff. Shirtliff pops it up to Jennings and over to Matthews. Now Matthews will try his side. Matthews, nice little pick there by Thompson. He decides to come over the top and move it to Kruger. Back down to Thompson for some one-on-one room. Thompson tries to go underneath. He gets guarded close. He tries to dive, but he ends up in the crease, and it'll be Six Nations ball. Rivera, hidden ball trick. He keeps it. Back to John Hill now. John Hill with some space. Back to Rivera. Rivera turns, twists, back up to Martin. He can't handle the pass. Gathers it quickly again and right back to Rivera. Rivera, pumping, looking to shoot, but he can't. And a good check there. But right back there to Jimerson, who gets a desperate shot off, and Downey is up to the task. Matthews carries now on the far side. He's watched by Garlow. Now he's got a lane to the net. Matthews, he pulls it out wisely and uses the rest of the shot clock here. Over to Dylan Sanderson. Sanderson takes a peek at the shot clock, and he's going to try to go underneath. Nice shot there. He tries to just get it up and out of bounds, and the shot will count. That goes in out of bounds, and it's Northman ball as they get to reset. Kruger at mid-floor with it now. Matthews sizes up Garlow. He tries to go over the top, and he does with a nice late pick there by Thompson, but Garlow's quickly to recover, and right back now, one-on-one. Thompson. Thompson tries to flash underneath. That's checked neatly there, and right back into the stick of Matthews. He's going to shoot one, and that's into the breadbasket of Redlick. Only 1 minute remains in the game. 11-10 Northmen, and an error here in the pass, and that's scooped up by Shabbat, and the Northmen will gain half with Costigan. Costigan tries to beat the two-man team. He does, and now he's going to have to send it into the corner, and a timeout called wisely by the Northern bench with 20 seconds remaining in the shot clock, and that gives about a 25-second discrepancy with the game clock. As we go to timeout here for the Northmen, as they lead Six Nations late in the game, 11-10. Brampton Excelsiors are down by 1 to the Whitby Warriors, 9-8. And Kitchener and Oakville are knotted up at 3. Close games all around in the Ontario Junior A playoffs tonight. Six Nations faithful not kindly letting know how the refs how they're doing tonight in their arena. As the suspect over and back goal call did lead to the 11th goal for the Northmen on the ensuing possession. And what will happen now? Both teams able to score in dying seconds in both games here, so no lead is safe, as it has been proven several times here in this series. As the Northmen try to kill this last 19 seconds and hopefully get an offensive rebound to put this to bed. Six Nations hoping to pressure the ball out early and call a timeout of their own to try to score late to tie this thing up. Oh, Sanderson all alone now with it, and he scores far side! Dylan Sanderson has done it again, folks! And with 36.8 seconds left in the game, Sanderson scores 12 for the Northmen. Akwesasne duty-free replay. It looked like Sanderson was down and out there. We talked about how good Wiggins has been, and he was good there, but Sanderson just so slippery. Finds his way out, and with everyone else pressing out, is able to go uncontested across the guts of the floor and Barry's far side on Tyden Redlick to extend the lead late here to 2, 12-10 Northmen. Loose ball here. Six Nations almost able to come up with Berman now with it. He's got 30 seconds to kill. Equal time on the shot clock and the game clock as he just whips it to the corner here to try to kill some time. And now Shabbat, after cross-checking the goalie lately, is hauled down by Brennan. His helmet ripped off. And the Northland coaching staff looking for a call there late in the game, but it doesn't look like they're going to get one. And the Six Nations Arrows will go 6-on-5 here with only 17.6 seconds remaining in the game, down by 2. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching from home in the Orangeville area, we hope that you'll join us for Game 6 tomorrow night in Orangeville. Cameraman Jim says no excuses. If you're from town, get there. We only do this for the people who can't make it to the home games. So if you can make it, get there, support the boys live, get into Coach's Corner, get some glass dives into you, get some pints into you, and have yourselves a wonderful Sunday evening at the Bunny Barn. A couple extra seconds put on the board. 19.6 remain. Six Nations Arrows are going to have to go quick here as they need to. As that goal by Dylan Sanderson late has proved to be ever important here in this situation. But lots of talent on the Six Nations offensive side. We'll see what happens here. Clock ticks down to 15 seconds. Hamill with it. He gets it low to Martin. Hamill. The Nations have to go quick, but that's disrupted by the Orangeville defense. And that will do it, folks. That is all she wrote. As time ticks down here, and Six Nations looking to take their pound of flesh here at the end of the game out of the Northmen, and some extracurriculars going on in the corner after the final whistle has blown. Martin with the stick stomp here on the other end of the floor where we can't see the camera. But the stick bounces right back of Costigan, and it looks like the referees have almost sorted everything out here. Well, folks, the Northmen have done it. They have come in here into the belly of the beast and won Game 5 to send it home tomorrow night with the chance to clinch the series in 6 games. You got to believe the Six Nations Arrows, will bring their best game of the series tomorrow as they face elimination. That's it from the ILA. And hopefully we'll have DJ Cleveley, if his tummy's not too upset, tomorrow on the color, ladies and gentlemen, as he called me late last night. Very excited to come on the broadcast, but called in sick today, and I think we all know why. Anyway, that's it for me and cameraman Jim here at the ILA, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night, hopefully in person.
I just checked at the end. It said it wasn't getting good.